Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and we've returned back to Fausts Alptraum. Hopefully we will not be facing the big bad wolf son anymore. Copyright reasons. Come find me, come find me, come find... Okay, so we must be back in our room in this scenario and... we can still go here, that's good. So I'm thinking of maybe we need to return back to where we came from so that we know what to do within that particular scenario, as we only discovered a few parts of it. So let's just go this way and see what is up with this, and hopefully this piano noise isn't something which is going to cause us any problems. Right, so go, it wasn't locked, but data room. I'm going completely the wrong way. We just need to go to the left side of the bedroom, because I remember there's a hole in the floor there. So what items have we got? We got haha! Data room key. So that's what that key says. Didn't see what it actually said last time. Okie so use the data key. So data room key on this door. And then we should be able to go in here and see what's up. A piece of yellow mail and an envelope with quite neat and orderly handwriting on it. Mr. Valentine, how are you? I apologise for the fact that I'm the one responding on Marguerite's behalf after such a long period of time. There are simply too many things to be handled here, and the situation has only become stable recently. It's now the most charming season, springtime. The snow has melted and the temperature has risen back up to a more tolerable range. Dr. Wagner disappeared into the blizzard. I trust that you've read about it in the papers. We still haven't given up hope on waiting, and hope that you'll also pray for her return. But please do not worry. The person that we mentioned to you in the previous letters is here. The situation here is quite good as of now, so is Marguerite. So please be at ease. Please don't try to find us. Margarita doesn't wish to see you. The weather of early spring is still quite erratic, so please take care of yourself. Dr. Sybil. So why refrain us from having to visit her then? That's another question in itself. Fireplace, can't go there. A large black umbrella. We'll get the umbrella in hand. Could use that for something. If there was an empty space, that would just fit a book. The cat tried to use its front paws to reach into the bottom of the space, but its paws didn't fit. The painting knocks to the wall. Paper scraps with crown drawings on them were stacked upon the table. The Bluebird of happiness. There was a kind brother and sister duo in an unfortunate family. After an unfortunate Christmas on a sad evening, for which told them that there was a bluebird in a faraway kingdom that bring them happiness. Thus they took with them their burdens and set forth on their journey, leaving the unfortunate family. I suspect we'll see more of that story as we progress through the game. Most believe that creating a golem starts by creating a human shape out of clay and writing the Hebrew word Emeth, truth, on his forehead. The golem will wake and start to move and return to dust if the word on its head is changed to meth, death. Okay. The interpretation of dreams. Multiple levels. I think we've read that before. However, no one will agree that the only function of dreams is to fulfill desires. Does someone dreaming of being chased by a killer secretly wish to be murdered? Freud would say yes, because all dreams exist to fulfill desires. Then continue to heat and add fresh blood. A small person will be born inside the flask. They appear the same as human children, but need to be fed each month. Homunculus is literally translated as little person from Latin, and indicates a life form that was created artificially. Different methods of creation are noted in different records, such as mixing human blood and duo in a mercury flask and refining it for a month, maintaining it at a constant temperature of a horse's Okay, fine. The mass of matter will slowly form into blood vessels and nerves. Okay, science and all that matter. Long match. So that would probably light up a bigger amount of area than you need. The handwriting was smudged from the humidity and was difficult to make out. 15th of April, I cleaned the house. I wiped down everything quite cleanly, no matter wherever, if it was furniture, walls, railing, carpet, or that axe. It was a pity, but I also threw away my most beloved bracelet. Although I'd washed it multiple times, I still felt that it was unclean. I actually hadn't verified the significance of Marguerite's name appearing in that register of names. Perhaps it wasn't as I thought, but for me at the time was unable to think properly. I think that it wasn't my fault. It'd be fine if I just told everyone the truth. Some would have naturally come by to pick this place up. But what about Marguerite? Did she know? Yet she sponsored this business. Was she helping the doctor? Would she be taken away? I couldn't say a word when I thought of this. I told that person my thoughts. Please think of someone I played with him. I need to look at this game in a more full context rather than doing it in segments if I want to truly understand the story. To make the story all fresh in my head. Because doing this game in segments, you tend to forget what you've done last time around. Unless, of course, you could also write down what you've also seen. A big black umbrella. What could we do with the umbrella? I was about to say we could have used it as a form of parachute. But there's still a small matter of what can we do in here and down this crack? Yes, let's go down here from here. I believe there is more to this area. It can't just be the fact that we were kidnapped. And that key's... Ah, the cat can sprint up there and get the key. Wonderful. Ah, yay! This cat is lovely. Not only are cats lovely, but this one, not only scares the mice away, but also helps us get items. Well, thank you very much. Wait. This area seems familiar now. Follow the footsteps. Cracks had appeared on the wall. Can we use the axe on the wall? Hack at it with the hand axe. Yes. There's got to be something on the other side. Go in. You know what? We'll save first. We'll be the patient one and save first. I'll just saved, but I like to make sure that I can get to everywhere that I want. There's anything I'll miss along here? Queen. The cat shivered at it. Don't like it. Glad you meet up to that. Anything up here? Hey! I don't want to interact with either of them. I wish I could use the hand axe on there. Go in, most certainly. Oh, we was here before. Another time. Another place. Beware of the deep hole. Hey, there's a bed there. We can retreat back to where we want. Who's trying to speak to me? It was locked. Plane key. Are you serious now? Umbrella. Put up the umbrella, yes. Yay! Ah, ha 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 ha! It's a necessity. Oh. It replaces dress. Beautiful formal dress. Original dress. The LabORat right hand. Aha, this will reach the candlelight. Light it. Good. That's what the long match was for. It was for lighting that area up. Okay, we can press onwards now. Who's in here? The carpet ate up the sound of Elisabeth's footsteps. It was so quiet that one wasn't even sure if time was really following. The light spilled into the room from behind. It was then reflected back. Who goes here? She turned, and for a split second she thought she was staring at a mirror. The person's back was facing the candlelight, and the face was enshrined in a large hat brim. But she could still clearly see that the lifeless face looked exactly like hers, a starkly white reflection on the glass. The only difference was that the other had no expression. Get out. Huh? What are you doing here? Get out. There was no tonal inflections as the person drifted past in the dark. She was caught by the cold hard gaze and, for reasons unknown, couldn't even get a word out. She didn't know why, but something was pressing down on her, so hard that she could barely breathe. The light and grey figure suddenly turned. Soundless footsteps padded out of the room, as if the person had never seen Elisabeth before. Great. Okay. Are any of these mirrors distinct? I thought I saw another person there. Another figure. Pretty sure there's another figment of my imagination. Who goes through here? And why are you here? So what was the purpose behind that ordeal? We didn't even get anything in that room aside that one cutscene. Unless it was something else. There was a keyhole above the mirror frame and an almost open eye engraved on the top of the keyhole. Okay, can we put the fisheye here? There's a keyhole above the mirror frame and an almost open eye engraved on the top of the keyhole. So onto the top of the keyhole. Neither of them work. So the first one that was stumped upon is the basement, and now this one where there's been an eye and a keyhole. Right hand of what exactly, Volp? This doesn't make any sense. Pig's tail. He stood up clouds of dust as he ran out with a panicked yell. Room above us, maybe. Put the old diary back into the shelves, yes. Ooh, something like a safety deposit box open. An exquisite key made in the shape of a sun fell out. Time of day. Good, okay. Time of day, sun key, shapes of the sun. Let's look at number 1. Sun-shaped key must mean that the right-hand door on the first floor must be the door that we need to open, as that has the shape of the sun on it when it comes to the terms of day and night. So let us go now forth and see whether or not my theory is true about the sun key opening the door which on the first floor map shall grant us that exquisiteness. There we go, opened it with the key. Well, it's not exactly what you would call homely, is it? A sculpture made from plaster, sculpture made from plaster, sculpture made from plaster, sculpture made from plaster. It's all okay. Okie dokie, so what we have here is probably a riddle, one which is probably annoying, and also one where I think we start from the bottom right hand corner as it is sunny. We need to go up, probably left at some point, and yeah, it's okay with that. All good, yeah. Let's just search around a bit and see what we can find. Okay, construction notice. Nursing home operations are holding themselves today. If this building is being re-registered as a residence, all employees are dismissed effectively immediately. The caretaker's room on the 3rd floor will be preserved. However, the doctor's lounge will be demolished. All medicine will be destroyed. Why? Why all the medicine? Oh, goodness sakes. All medicine will be destroyed within the week. For wards on the 1st floor will be renovated into a library. The children's room will be moved. The children's room will be moved to the 2nd floor. The basement is to be sealed off. Construction workers are allowed to access until the end of the month. Items to note: fix the crack in the wall on the left corridor on the 1st floor. Clean the drainage hole in the bathroom. Check the pink carpet on the 3rd floor. 3rd floor. This is referring to somewhere else. I do not know what you mean by a 3rd floor. There's only 2 floors to that house. There's no other sets of stairs there. An empty pot? Perhaps it could be still used here. Okay. Water has collected in the bottom of the pot. Collected in the bottom of the pot. It's all good. What can we use with that? Wait, it's here. A lock's wooden case. Numbers are carved into the top. Coordinates of some sorts. It would make a shape. Hold on. Do not know the numbers though. Three over 5. 3 over 5. Minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 5. 3 minus 2. We need more clues. We don't even know what the numbers are to begin with. Planted. It was a hand made of clay and it was clutching something between the item, but the item couldn't be removed. Uprooted, yes. Clay made hand. What has a clay made hand got though? A hand made of clay clenched in a tight fist, but there was a slot in the bottom. Slot in the bottom, huh? Can we put this somewheres? Oh, the blue feather fell onto the floor. Can we pick up the blue feather? Empty book. Hey, can't we write in it or something? Keep note of our progression and on our stories. Long journey through this plane. Let's explore more of the garden. There's a bit of a delay between that and this. Hey, can we not get through? Fine, we'll just simply have to go through the other side and then go down. And then do our thing. Whoa. Somebody here. Who is to be there this time of day? Chapter 2. The Bluebird. Oh yes. That's perfect. Who are you? Thank goodness, it looks like a man. Elisabeth thought as she gazed upon him. Excuse me. As if disturbed by the footsteps, the crumpled figure wrinkled his brow and slowly opened his eyes. He suddenly sprung up. He stared fixedly into the distance with bloodshot eyes, a dark flush slowly suffusing the warm pallor of his face. Darn it, what am I doing here? The figure abruptly looked at her as she was debating whether or not to speak up. Who are you? This isn't a place for children. Eyes rimmed with sleeplessness stared at her. Although his starched uniform was damp from the rain, he merely brushed at his trousers absent-mindedly and stood up. Damn it, where was she? Oh, my head. I remember it. I remember it was in this direction. His excited murmuring stood out in stark contrast to his pinched face as he patted Elisabeth's head. Sorry, I'm in a rush. Hurry back home, alright? He ran off without looking back. Although he dropped something. A key. Had it been dropped by a person just now? Forgotten key. Ah yes, the old mystery of the forgotten. It was locked. Okay, damn it. Fine, be like that. His sun rays are here. Although the sun would have to be a very specific angle to have this here. And also, what's this shape over here as well? Something is creating that shape for that to happen. Okay. A total of 9 turns are needed. The slot matched was in clay hand, inserted. Yes. It needs to have something else with it. Bridge. The road ends here. There's a pond with logs floating in it below. But we can't get to there just yet, and that man seems to have come back. Turns to the right decrease by 1 each time. Turns to the left are always preceded by multiple turns to the right until the final left turn. 3 total turns to the left. First to the right. A total of 9 turns are needed. Oh golly, what the hell are you trying to do? Hours of operation. Midnight. There was a purpose behind that clock. Turn the hour hand to 12 o'clock. Yep, that's what I want. Operates at midnight. Hours of operation midnight. Well, I changed it to midnight. 3361. Okay, that's considerably longer than I wanted it to, but that's all good at the end of the day. Okay, so type of seed, plant the seed, yes. We got a las. There's a small key that's been beneath the pot, hidden out of sight. Small key, get. It's all good at the end of the day. Okay, so what does a small key do? Label, read right hand. A key labelled water gates. And we still got a key that says a key forgotten on the ground labelled hole. More keys to try and uncover. Blue feather on the floor, that's fine. Can't seem to get to that side unless we can make a circle around it. You never know with that. Okay, so I'm really glad I solved that one out. I don't know how. 3361. You count the number of flowers which are of each type, and then you go from the coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, each coordinate is a type of flower. That's all there is to it. That's all the coordinates do. This is still a bugger, however. This one over here. That's still a bridge. 3 total turns to the left. First to the right. A total of 9 turns are needed. Turns to the right decrease by 1 each time. Turns to the left are always preceded by multiple turns to the right until the final left turn. There we go. The hand opened. Something that looked like a bird's wing was placed in the center of the palm. We got a wing out of all that. But what do we do with the wing? It seemed to be a wing taken from the body of a bird. But the question is, how on earth do we get to the bird if the door itself is locked? We could take a key along with us, but you never know what that key might do for us. Okay, let's go this way. Go this way. We haven't even read the sign yet. I think it's something to do with the facts of the map itself and what order we need to do things in. So we need to open this. No, I think we have to go around there last. We have to somehow go down first to where that person is and then go to the Bluebird. But it's knowing how to actually get down there in the first place. Could we just use the wing to just glide down? That'd be a bit too silly actually. I'm thinking about it now. There we go. Whole key goes here. So he said mind the giant hole. Well, when everything is a giant hole, a good man in his darkest yearning is still aware of virtue's ways. An ominous statue made of clay. You can write on it with your hand. Press escape or backspace to clear already entered words. How to create a golem. Most believe that creating a golem starts by creating a human shape out of clay and writing the Hebrew word emeth, truth, on its forehead. So emeth, one of them. The golem will wake and start to move and return to dust if the word on its head is changed to meth, death. So we got emeth, or truth, and then death as well. So it's either going to be emeth or truth at the start, and then death afterwards. That's what I think as well. And you notice that there are several books scattered around the entirety of the game which has books on either dreams or golems. And the golems is important for this part of the journey. We got emeth. Okay, haha. Okay, Golem, you're gonna have to make it a bit easier for myself. Right. Oh, I need to find out how many spaces he went. I'm gonna be right back and record all the directions they went, because I couldn't recall all of that just by looking at that. Right 5. Down 3. Right 2, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 3, up 4, right 3, down 4, and then right. This is how we get to this little spot. Secret base. Cat and Elisabeth not allowed. Well, it looks like we have already been here, so unfortunately, we're here. Screw that sign. How dare you say that we are not allowed in these premises? 2 matches, very nice. Couldn't use the match for hours. Couldn't use the long match, sorry. Hey, got 3 matches and 1 chocolate. Yeah, it would be very wise that chocolate is more sparse than matches, as mice can always decrease our visibility, but only so many can actually allow us to need to use chocolate again. Okay, 30th of June. It's a calm day today. The flower I planted last season has bloomed. It's very pretty. I asked Sybil to write to my brother. I hope my brother understands that he really doesn't need to worry, for I am well here. I know he will understand if I tell him properly. Okie doke. Well, it looks like that's just going to be a curse upon us, isn't it? A pair of shoes and some blood on the floor? Are we really not allowed here? Like, seriously, not allowed here. That's just ironic. It's one of those rooms where, as soon as you solve it, it doesn't exist anymore. Very good on our behalf. If only of that was transpired in the first place! I'm joking. I'm actually joking about that. If the puzzle wasn't there, then it would be less interesting. Water. We need to somehow get on the water. One match. There's nothing here, that's fine. Another match. We're getting lots of matches. Are we expecting to have a boss fight at some point? I'm joking. Boss fights ruin the fun of RPG Maker horrors. It should be entirely story and puzzle solving. And other things as well, but not battles. Battles are monotonous in that case. They arrived in a world of needles and pills. There was nothing there, just the shadow of a bird flying away. We could only move forward with the empty bird cage. Charming. Is that a riddle we need to remember? Valve. Horsing around strictly prohibited. Yes, horsing around. It was a switch that has 3 stages. There's a keyhole. The switch seemed to be locked. The cat was purring at a ring of keys on Elisabeth. The cat's a bit of a helper. Playing key? No. Must be Watergates. The mechanism seemed to be able to move. It was a switch that has 3 stages. Where to move the lever? Don't move it for the moment. We don't have enough knowledge in the hand. It might be that we need to move it specifically. But we still got the right hand. Wait, can we get... Oh, down here. Oh, I was wondering if I was able to leave or not. Mice here as well. Fortunately, we have the cat by our side. Ah, we're here! Excellent! Excellente indeed. Something was glowing. The cat retreated as soon as it touched the water. We can't... Something was glowing. The cat retreated as soon as it touched the water. What could we use to retrieve it? Nope, not gonna work at that point. Just a place with a door. Well, you're great. Where are you going? You make no sense, door. What exactly is it that you want? I just love how I... Wait. Record. Yeah, going through that door was a gigantic mistake, was it now? We just somehow turned up in a world where we have absolutely zero idea what the hell's going on. And more music we should be worried about. A blue feather fell on the floor. Is this a dream? Probably part of a story. Let's go back there again and see what's what. Yeah, the cat's nowhere to be seen. That's not a thing. There's now a dungeon in here. You again. Why are you still here? It was the young man with the wan complexion. However, he turned away before Elisabeth had a chance to respond. She wanted to call out to him, but she was startled when he suddenly swung back. Alright, have you seen a young lady around here? About this height? He drew a line with the side of palm, his expression so serious that Elisabeth was a little too frightened to answer truthfully. She was kidnapped here. She's such a good girl that she would have never run off by herself, so she must have been kidnapped here. Have you seen her? No? Alright, then stay here, don't wander off. Goodbye. Elisabeth didn't have time to shake her head. Having spoken his mind, he turned on his heel, murmuring, "Oh, my head," as he disappeared around the corner. Wait, you want me to stay here? You want me to be agitated by this thought in hand? What's with all these hands coming down here? Why instead of please do not disturb? What the hell is this voice? It seems... Okay, only bring gold here. Read a label on the door. Gold? I'll have a jewel. Nah, jewel doesn't cut it. It needs to be gold. Oh, but golem's there. And mice are there as well. Damn it. What do you want? Normal statue made of decay. You can write your hand on it. Truth. It can only be truth. But these mice are in the bloody way. G-R-U-T-H. No. Need to do more research and see what other 5-letter words are there. It was locked. There was a carving of a bird on the door. There was a lock on the door, handled, engraved with hand up, down, left, head up, down, left, right. Still unable to open it. More riddles to solve. More riddles to try and fathom out. Another hour of my day is going to be sacrificed. It was locked. A symbol was carved on the keyhole. A symbol in which I do not know because the characters do not show up. Painting. Gretchen at the spinning wheel. That's fine. Gretchen at the spinning wheel. Directions do not get to me. Something symbol was carved on the door. Plain. I've had this plain iron key for absolutely ages and I've not found where it actually goes. These mice just love to be in the way, don't they? No, get out of my way! Thank you. Please don't stand there anymore. Actually, I just found out these are all birds. Damn it! I don't want that to happen. Love to know where the lovely kitty cat's gone. Something was glowing. The water was too deep for retrieval. And our lovely kitty cat just ran away. The road was flooded with water, best not to go. Okay, we need to lower it then. shadow deep. That's what happens when you push down on it. But now here, if only someone could jump down. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, we should have resorted back to this when we had the cat still. Gosh. We come back here while we still have the cat. And now we're going to use the water gates here. Going to lower it. Go by pressing down actually. And then we're going to, excuse me, come back down here to where we will be able to retrieve the thing. There we go. Got the small key. Excellent. We now have a small key which we couldn't have got so otherwise. The label read left hand. Aha, left hand, right hand. That is superb in all sense and regards. So there must be a purpose towards it being raised higher, but I am going to find that out within the next episode, which hopefully shall be out within the next day or so. All good now. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we shall see each other the next time of Fausts Alptraum. Have a great day and take care of yourselves.